A very warm welcome to each and everyone to this series of webinar on Unbox SAP S/4HANA upgrade from 1511 or 1610 to 1909. This is the second session in the series covering the highlights and features in finance. In this session, there could be forward-looking statements or roadmap topics getting discussed, hence would also keep the disclaimer. We would like to extend our thanks to all of you for being an early adopter of our SAP S/4HANA solutions and for allowing us to enable your digital innovations. We are happy to share that SAP has committed to support your SAP S/4HANA solutions until 2040. While support for SAP S/4HANA solutions are available until 2040, please be informed that the individual releases of SAP S/4HANA as a 5-year mainstream maintenance cycle. It means that SAP S/4HANA 1511 has a mainstream maintenance until the end of 2020 and SAP S/4HANA 1610 has a mainstream maintenance until the end of 2021. So while SAP S/4HANA will be available until 2040, there is a need for you to periodically update your SAP S/4HANA solutions to the latest release. This webinar series is an attempt to enable you on the delta differences as well as the key innovations between your source 1511 or 1610 release and the present latest SAP S/4HANA 1909 release. Today, we will be covering the highlights in finance and topics would be covered by myself, Bindu Simri T, product expert in SAP S/4HANA Finance, based out of Bangalore, and accompanied with me is Narayana Swami Nagaraj and Komadi T. The key topics or verticals of finance like finance accounting and closing, financial operations, cost management and profitability analysis, analytical capabilities, etc. would be discussed in detail in today's session. There are many new features or innovations which has got released beyond 1511 like group reporting, SAC analysis, integration, digital payments, actual costing, different machine learning scenarios, different RPA scenarios, advanced financial closing, etc. In the next 4 slides, we have tried to put together those features which have been released beyond 1511. These slides are not exclusive of all the features, but we have tried to put the key innovations. First slide is about the financial and accounting close. The key innovations are in the area of accrual management, group reporting, GRIR reconciliation, advanced compliance reporting, etc. to name few. In the financial operations, the main innovations are in various Fiori analytical applications related to accounts payable, integration to Ariba network, digital payments, SAP cash application, which is a machine learning scenario, credit management, credit evaluation, dispute resolution, conduct accounting, etc. Actual costing or profitability analysis advancements, margin analysis, universal allocations, etc. are the important innovations in the cost management verticals. When it comes to treasury and cash, from one exposure, bank account management, situation handling scenarios in bank account, multiple CDS views, cash flow analyzer are certain capabilities which needs to be remembered. We will look into these slides in detail and start with the core of financial verticals, the accounting and financial close. What are the key capabilities of an accounting system based on SAP HANA? We all know there is only one single source of truth for the financial and the managerial accounting, and all the financial data will be stored in one repository. The processing and analysis is based on the line items rather than pre-configured totals. This is giving you high granularity available. The solution is planned to be easily adaptable. Any customer specific dimensions can be added consistently in accounting. The reporting based on this data is fast and is also flexible. The month-end closing process is accelerated. You can do certain steps even on a daily or a weekly basis rather than just at the period end. Thus, the accounting system would give you insight on a daily or a weekly basis as you execute them. Finally, we are also improving on the user experience, not just within the reporting part, but also with the operational activities. Let's get into the topics one by one. Accruals have to be posted as soon as there are potential liabilities to a third party. This is typically a period end closing activity because it is often not known until the period end to what extent the accruals are required. The certain key challenges which you would face in the traditional approach are, let's say, first the customers face a high manual effort wherein they'll have to obtain original data, they have to calculate the accruals, post these related documents, and in case they need reverse these documents. Secondly, while doing all these manual processes, errors often occur, and accountants also will have to deal with different data sources, various calculation and logic methodologies. Thereby, organizations would lack transparency around how these accruals are calculated and the status of the process and their influence on the overall KPIs. Now, SAP Accrual Management is designed to support the customers along this entire process of accruals, from collecting inputs, calculating the correct amounts, allowing the accountants to review these proposed postings, and finally posting these accruals as a journal entry into the universal journal. So typically we would see contract-like data as one source for input as well as pre-calculated amounts. So it is covering scenarios around purchase orders and the necessary rules. It could be manual accruals and their integration into the review and posting process, or it could be input from the spreadsheets. What it does is it creates the accrual objects from these various inputs, unifies this accrual data into one structure, and then flexibly determine how to calculate and post these accruals. We have incorporated a high level of automation also into this process. In this specific review process of accruals management, the machine learning service can learn from the decisions taken in the past and apply the learned knowledge to the new business situation. For the accrual amounts, which needs to be manually reviewed, the system adopts this machine learning service and then provides the recommendations for reliable accruals for each purchase orders. Next one is the innovation in the visualization and user experience aspect. The new SAP Fiori app display journal entries in T-account view is released in order to provide the general ledger accountants with a more visual and a familiar approach to analyze their journal entries in their day-to-day postings. We all know that the T-accounts are the standard format in the context of bookkeeping and accounting. The standard list view offers a comprehensive overview, and it is at times it is hard to follow and figure out how the single entries are related. So with this new Fiori app, it will not only display the entries in a familiar way of T account, it will also show you how these entries are related to each other. Another feature of document flow is giving you a 360-degree view of complete business transactions in one place. You can visualize all your operational documents, their corresponding accounting documents, and how they are correlated from the document flow. For a better understanding, let's see this, how it looks like in the system. So imagine you are a general ledger accountant who is viewing these maybe the items for customer credit memo. Now you can see here that one of this item is not like the other postings which has not been created. Okay, but the line item view is not giving you any more information. So let's try seeing the same line items from the new Fiori app for the T account view. So here you can see all this information related to these postings are clearly listed in a T account format. You can reduce the volume by unchecking in the filter for the journal entries, or either by expanding and collapsing single accounts. With this interactive visualization of journal entry, the reason for the difference for the line items can be found very quickly. You can also see the related postings with respect to each journal entry in a very easy manner. So unlike the other line items, you can also figure out that this particular posting is not because of a sales rebate, but rather it was because of a difference of revenue in the periodic services. So you can do such further investigations by having a check in this particular Fiori app. Now for the document flow, this is how it currently looks like. On the top, you can see the operational document flow. On one hand, the operational document flow would flow from the purchase order, goods receipt, credit memo, etc. And then down, you can see all the GL document flow, and all of this together would be in one place. So it is easy for you to understand how this, the posted documents are related and what is a source document, etc. Now let's move on to the next topic. So there are some enhancements in the consolidation slide. These are some insights on the SAP's new solution for legal and management consolidation, which is SAP S/4HANA Finance for Group Reporting. So we all know that in the older times, customer had to connect their SAP source system and their non-SAP systems with the local closing data via spreadsheets or via a data warehouse tool. Their consolidation tool will be on top of that. As a result, a lot of effort was spent, a lot of time was wasted, and finally only the aggregated data was available in the consolidation. Now SAP S/4HANA for group reporting is sitting in the same environment where your local accounting is done. So there is a real-time access to the local data from the consolidation. This is bringing together from both the worlds, the entity and the group closing, offering a fundamental simplification in on-premise as well as in the cloud. So what you see on the right side are the different scope items which are available today as part of the group reporting. The advantages of this would be higher data quality because you are running on one single environment for both entity and the group close. You can check the postings continuously against the central validation rules. The entire closing process in your organization can be accelerated, and any local changes needed for the entity close can immediately be provided for consolidation. So you can also check down and drill down on all these document line items to figure out what are the changes done for clear transparency issues. There are embedded analytics and multidimensional reporting which is available, which will help the users to slice and dice the information as needed as per their requirements. So the group reporting is an integral part of S/4HANA operations in the same environment as in the S/4HANA accounting. So it can leverage the central finance deployment option also to source the accounting data. This can be integrated to a landscape existing on the on-prem customers, or it could be partner apps, or maybe SAP Cloud Platform apps can exchange data using the published APIs. Now, if there are non-SAP sources, you can read such data using the new SAP Group Reporting Data Collection app, which is also been released. Now, though it fully leverages the embedded analytics part, SAP Analytics Cloud can also act as a central tool for dashboarding, analytics, and also for planning. Another app for disclosure management on SAP Cloud Platform is also available to publish the reports online and provide electronic filling and submission. This SAP S/4HANA for the group reporting, it covers all the activities you need for a successful group close, from inputting your local accounting data into the solution to the preparation phase covering the data validation and the currency translations. The process continues with the consolidation activities, during which the intercompany data is eliminated and the consolidation of investments are performed. Then the final step is analysis and the reporting using a variety of front-end tools. Now there are two new innovations which have been introduced in the latest release of SAP S/4HANA, which is the 1909 release. This is in the preparation phase and in the consolidation phase. One is for the intercompany matching and reconciliation, and the other one is for the metrics consolidation. So with metrics consolidation, you can respond rapidly to management reporting requirements across maybe a profit center, business segments, or maybe with a frequently changing the entity hierarchies, the managerial entity hierarchies, to provide up-to-date figures on the consolidated performance. To conclude on this topic, SAP S/4HANA for group reporting is SAP's strategic consolidation solution, in particular for customers implementing SAP S/4HANA, irrespective of the deployment options, which is being cloud or on-premise. BPC is still relevant for those customers who require a standalone on-premise deployment. So for our customers using SAP S/4HANA in any deployment options or planning to do so, the recommendation is SAP S/4HANA for group reporting. Now let's look at our solution for legal reporting requirements. We have advanced compliance reporting for this particular use case. Now what is advanced compliance reporting? We all know that there are a lot of legal requirement or reporting requirements that comes from different regions and countries. So these changes are coming up since government or tax authorities need to bring in more transparency to see what kind of taxes are being collected, or if the tax payment to the authorities are happening on time without any deviations. They generally introduce a lot of reports at different point in time so that they are able to look at this data and figure out if there are any potential discrepancies. Customers would keep getting these changes from the authorities, and the time given for them to generally come up or up to date through this particular legal requirements would be a shorter period. And there could be repercussions if you don't adhere to this particular feature or requirement. And since customers are also involved during this time in the digital transformation journey, it is difficult for them to accommodate all these changes. So using SAP S/4HANA, we have tried to change this overall process of legal reporting so that the customers can achieve these requirements and they can invest their time in much needed strategic activities. The ACR, which is a short form for Advanced Compliance Reporting, it focuses on the legal reporting requirement like VAT, GST, etc., where you have a defined output format given by the authority. And you are expected to submit these files back to the authority. The format will be given by the authorities. It is made available for SAP S/4HANA, any deployment options like on-prem, cloud, central finance, HEC, etc. It comes with two parts. One is a runtime and the other one is a design time. Runtime is more for the business users who is responsible to prepare the reports, which is ready for submission. Whereas the design time is for the developer user. It could be SAP developer, partner developer, or customer developer who can design the reports and can be used in the runtime. So in this case, the Advanced Compliance Report, it works like a framework which will help you to create any of these new reports. A lot of features are already available inbuilt in the ACR and it can be reused. Hence, the creation of these new reports is very simple and the whole process is simplified. With the help of CDS views available already in SAP S/4HANA, the data could be pulled from S/4HANA when you run the report, and there is no data replication happening, and which leads to no reconciliation. The ACR now features the full functional scope of basic compliance reporting, plus the features like data preview, audit trail, embedded analytics, compliance monitor, and the future roadmap topics like manual adjustments of reporting before the submissions, ad hoc reporting, etc. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is a goods receipt and invoice receipt monitoring status proposal. So this is an intelligent scenario, which is also very important in these times where we are all looking for more automations. The GRAR reconciliation process is an exception handling process for all the purchase order items where the invoice receipts and the goods receipts do not balance. So as the general ledger accountant and the other involved parties, you need to understand the business situation like at a level of the purchase order item, and you need to decide how to resolve this particular situations. So most of the companies, they deal with a large amount of purchase orders and they are familiar with this particular exception handling process. As part of their monthly, quarterly, or maybe yearly closing activities, accountants have to check the GRIR accounts, and they have to make sure that these balance out on the purchase order line item level. There are many reasons for these discrepancies between the goods receipt and invoice receipt. Maybe the invoice amount is not right, the corresponding invoice receipt is not posted. The issues can be anything. So to resolve these kind of exceptions, the accountant needs to collaborate with different stakeholders in different various organizations or department. And this used to be a very time consuming activity as well. The accountant had to manually gather the information from different transactions or different stakeholders. So that is where the ML service is playing a role. The machine learning for the monitoring of goods and invoice receipt will help you to provide or to see such proposals or recommendations. So it learns from the decisions which are made in the past. It applies that particular learned knowledge to the new business situation, and it proposes the next meaningful steps, maybe the priority and the root cause for each of these items. Then as an accountant, you can take actions based on the inputs which the machine learning service is given you. Now during the training phase, the system would log the actions of the end users, thereby creating a set of training data for the machine learning service. Later, when we start to process this with the ML support, ML would provide support recommendations, enabling the end users to make faster and better decisions. So this process improves with the number of process items. What we also want is, as soon as the ML service is considered to be trained well enough with the available historic data, the recommendations of ML service can be taken over automatically. So meaning this would increase the amount of manual steps which can be replaced by the automated actions of the machine. Next, move on to the SAP Financial Closing Cockpit then, and now it is called as SAP S/4HANA Cloud for Advanced Financial Closing. SAP S/4HANA Financial Closing Cockpit is delivered within the S4 core for the releases of 1709 on-prem and newer. The predecessor solution was SAP Financial Closing Cockpit add-on, which was also shipped on ECC and SAP S/4HANA, though the functional scope is comparable to SAP S/4HANA Financial Closing Cockpit, except for the Fiori user experience and smart business analytics. But the strategic go-to solution for a financial closing is SAP S/4HANA Cloud for Advanced Financial Closing, currently available for SAP S/4HANA 1809 FPS1 and S/4HANA Cloud customers. Now, the Advanced Financial Closing solution, it plays an important role in the overall orchestration of the closing activity. It can do task management. It has monitoring capabilities, providing insights on where you stand in the whole closing process. This is now playing a role in the entity closing process and for the group closing process, and also for other record to report processes in the future as well. And advanced closing, the financial closing serves as a cloud closing hub, currently supporting integration to the on-premise financial systems to conduct the closing process in the remote systems as well. A few key benefits are like the closing would be faster and efficient because it is orchestrated with tasks automatically triggered by the completion of earlier task. It is optimally governed and auditable because the users can define a global plan for the entity close. The template gets serialized for your various org units and the closing cycles according to your requirement. And the performance of all the steps, which are like it could be automated steps or manual steps, are documented with a complete audit trail of the status changes. The closing process expert would use the define closing task Fiori app to define certain templates sets to increase the automation. The customers would definitely benefit from the SAP delivered task template sets, which are made of the standard closing steps, including their respective sequence and interdependency for the standard areas involved in the close. The next topic or the last topic in this section of accounting and financial close is about the central finance. Central finance capabilities provide a solid basis, bringing the data from multiple SAP and non-SAP system into our SAP Universal Journal. Now, what is central finance? The customers with heterogeneous system landscape or even single system landscapes with limitations to adopt innovations quickly can take advantage of central finance deployment, which allows the companies to repose the financial transactions from several source systems into the single instance of SAP S4HANA. It's more like a sidecar. And with 1909 in Central Finance, the features like adoption content, SAP Focus Run, a third-party interface, material cost estimate, replication, etc. are also getting delivered. Few benefits of Central Finance are transparency, simplification, the flexibility, service level, cost reduction, etc. Now, with that, we conclude the topics in the accounting and financial close. Let's move to the finance operations. Start with the payable management. In the area of procure to pay, we have a whole portfolio available to support on your digital journey and to manage the process automation. Accounts payable as part of the digital core to comprehensive manage your invoices and payments. Invoice management accelerates your invoice processing, exception handling, and your invoice approvals. With the optimized supplier collaboration by using the Ariba capabilities, your organization can achieve touchless invoice processing on a global scale. The integration to the Ariba network is a key innovation in the subsequent releases. When it comes to the receivable management, S4HANA Finance for Receivable Management is an integrated part of the whole digital core, and it works along with the core accounts receivable process, which is processes like managing the customer line items or maybe processing the bank statement items and income payments. This allows the users to streamline the order to cash process without the need for additional interfaces. This is tightly integrated into S4HANA core. The entire receivable management portfolio, including credit, dispute, and collections, is seamlessly woven into the core accounting process coming with S4HANA for Finance. The credit management is used by the companies to have a scorecard-based approach for rating the customers. You have basic credit management as well as advanced credit management. SAP delivers this SAP collections and dispute management, which will help the customers for an automated environment for collecting all their accounts receivable, complete their integration to all the relevant order, invoice billing, and credit informations. The dispute management is helping the customers to figure out the disputes and any relevant customer credit information to be combined with the bills and the collection data to give the collection and the customer service personnel a complete picture of the customer relationship. Now, on the top, what you can see is the support, the clearing and the reconciliation process by zero-touch account clearing capabilities, leveraging the machine learning. Now, we will look into this cash application in detail in the subsequent slides. Onto the right, you can see three other integration points. One is for the payment service provider integration, digital payments, the credit agency integration, and the customer payment portal. Yeah, so in the credit integration, it includes the automatic updates delivered by any of the external agency ratings to notify the customers about the changing business conditions of their business partners. The solution would help our customers to connect to the world's leading credit bureaus. Full credit reports are available in a dedicated library, while key metrics drive the rating process. Next one is a customer payment, where how does it work? It will allow the customers to manage their account, view and pay the invoices online using the state-of-the-art payment methods and start a dispute resolution process if needed from there. The digital payment is across all the S4HANA sales and order-to-cash processes. SAP provides out-of-the-box integration to all the payment service providers via the Payment Hub. So digital payment add-on is a cloud service which will allow the companies to process this incoming credit card and other real-time payment methods in a secure and an efficient way. Yeah, so this also provides integration into various SAP and non-SAP order sales to cash processes. It is also compliant according to the payment card industry data security standard. All these would result in process efficiency and transparency in the credit assessments and the cash collection processes. This would reduce the bad debt write-offs and improve the day sales outstanding in the receivable department. So this is what I was talking about the machine learning scenarios, which is about the SAP Cash application. SAP Cash application is a cloud service which integrates with SAP S/4HANA 1909 and earlier releases, whether on-premise or in cloud. It uses the machine learning service to automate the whole invoice matching process. There are different services in SAP Cash application like receivable line item matching, payable line item matching, payment advice extraction, lockbox processing, etc. It provides an advanced level of automation for the clearing of incoming payments in the SAP S/4HANA. The machine learning services is used to match the electronic bank statement items to the open receivables. Learning from the best practices or the experiences of the human exception handling, it would help to improve the effectiveness over the period of time by adapting to these changes. So there is no need for a manual intervention. The machine learns on its own from the activities or the processes which the accountant would have done in the past. The algorithm learns on its own and then provides the proposal or the key information back to S4HANA whenever you are calling this particular ML service. So only those bank statements which are received and not processed by the standard rules will be forwarded along with the open receivables to the machine learning service, and the service or the learning model would give you the matching proposals. You can also set enough thresholds and confidence in your system, so with which the machine learning service will decide, okay, if a particular match is above the threshold which you have set, and if the proposal is at a confidence level in which you are confident enough for the machine learning service to do an automatic posting, the learning service would wait until that particular confidence to post the document automatically. Until then, it would just provide you the proposals and the accountant can take a call whether they want to do the posting or not. Now let me quickly show you a demo. So here what you see is the Fiori tiles in the SAP S/4HANA system. The reprocessed bank statement items have all the items which are not processed so far. It could be not processed because of many reasons, like the memo line missing, reference missing, etc. Or it could be that the invoice number is not given, the amount is not matching. The issues could be anything. So now I would have received a payment advice in my Outlook, which is telling me that, okay, this particular invoice has to be paid with this particular payment. Now seeing this information as a PDF, saved in my system, I can use this Fiori app manage payment advice and then upload this particular payment advice into the system. Once it is uploaded, you can see the data in the payment advice draft and you can check the data and then confirm it and save the payment advice. Once you save it, it gets saved in the system and now you can schedule the cash application schedule job. So you are opening the Fiori app for the schedule account receivable job. You are creating a new job for cash application. The job template is given already here. You can select the specific job template for the bank statement reprocessing. Provide the informations like company code, etc. And then you are scheduling the job. So while scheduling the job, you could also tell if you want to post the account automatically or not. That option was available. And once you schedule the job and if it is done and finished, you can go back and see in the reprocessed bank statements, the number of items have reduced drastically. And here you can see and understand why this particular items are not posted. So there are two items which are still available. And for these two items, machine has already given some proposal what needs to be cleared and why it is not been posted is available in the log information. So the item is proposed with a confidence of only 59 And maybe I have set a confidence level of maybe 99 or more than that in the system. And hence, since the confidence level is not up to the mark, the machine has not cleared it automatically. And you can also see the items which has been completed. And yeah, when you see that, you would see all the list of bank statements which are processed and completed. There also, when you go into the details, you can see the log and see what are the messages which has been raised. So what was the confidence level, threshold, and the document posted in the system. Yeah, in this way, the machine learning is helping you to get the information as a proposal and helping the accountant to do the posting. So manual effort is being reduced and the machine is helping you to do the same.
Hi, the objective of this presentation is to drive you through the product highlights and key innovations in the area of cost management and profitability analysis. Universal allocation. As part of the period end closing activities, the common costs are distributed, allocated to respective cost objects through automatic allocations. By allocation, the cost of the objects in the overhead cost controlling, you can control your cost, compare, plan, and actual cost. Universal allocation unifies, aligns, and all plan actual and cost allocation for cost center, profit center, GL account. It simplifies the allocation process into your user-friendly applications. Through the harmonization of the modeling and execution of allocation with SAP S/4HANA, the universal allocation addresses transparency of the allocation logic and end-to-end traceability of value flow after being executed. And it also illustrates how the universal journal is the architectural basis for harmonizing financial process overall. SAP significantly innovated all allocations in the area in terms of usability, process, flexibility, insights. Proven allocation functionality based on universal allocation with a common structure of CO and FI allocations. It simplifies the allocation process by completing 120 transactions in 3 user-friendly applications. There is a new level of transparency through a graphical visualization of the value flow. You can import sender or receiver values via .csv file or manual entry. There is a situation handling or framework for fast notification like errors or warning runs. The new Manage Allocation app provides a single point for creation and maintaining allocation cycles and segments, and at the moment with the context of cost center and profit center allocation. Universal allocation cycles are defined with respect to a ledger and a single company code. The new Run Allocation app provides a single point of allocation run, execute, and analysis. Universal allocation post with a more detailed business transactions type like per context, for example, cost center, profit center, actual plan, and allocation type. Integration with a where user list is to show the dependencies between master data, supporting impact analysis. For example, like organizational change, where the where user list is the not intended to show the transactional figures, nor it is replacing the reporting. It is available for cost center, statistical key figures, activity types, profit center, and general ledger. Overhead costing, budget availability control for cost center overview. The purpose of an overhead cost controlling is planning, allocation, control, and monitoring of overhead cost. The plan and actual comparison at the end of the period helps you to plan, control, and monitor cost behavior. But budget availability control allows you to control budget consumption in cost center, and this functionality is available from 1919 release. In cost center budget availability control, tolerance limits are set for defining what actions are to be taken when the budget is overrun, and the activity groups can be defined for the process for which you want to set the tolerance limit. For example, purchase order, payroll, purchase requisition. A warning or error message can be triggered if the defined tolerance limit is exceeded, and you can set the different budget profile and activity groups can have different tolerance limits. Standard Fairy app reports are available for cost center, plan, and actuals. Moving on to the next slide. material ledger, and actual costing impact. With SAP S/4HANA, the data model for the material ledger data has been changed significantly, especially when actual costing is active. Separate currency customizing for material ledger has become obligatory. Material ledger is acting on the subset of the currencies defined for financials. You can also track historical rates in the material ledger. The change in the data model is a simplified data model, simplification of logic, calculation logic, leverage the strength of S4 HANA, reduce complexity, improve runtime in material ledger and actual costing. For example, four separate process steps like single level price determination, multiple level price determination, revaluation of consumption, WAP revaluation are merged to one process step. In SAP S/4HANA, material ledger is a required and actual costing is an optional. For actual costing, to calculate a period unit price for materials, you need to activate actual costing in addition to the material ledger. In some countries like Brazil, actual costing is a legal requirement. Actual costing is also used in those industries where bill of material routing and raw materials cost are not stable. Initially, all goods movements in the period are evaluated based on standard price, and all purchases like exchange rate differences and production variances for the materials are collected in the material ledger. At the period end, an actual price is calculated for each material based on the actual cost within the period, and this calculated price then be used to reevaluate your ending inventory, COGS, and WAP. There are Fieri apps like Manage Cost Run is used for standard costing, and Fieri app Edit Actual Costing Run is used for actual costing. Instant margin insight with SAP S/4HANA. Based on Universal Journal, any type of aggregations can be easily done to deliver the correct profitability insights needed. Up to 1719 release, there were specific situations for which full-blown profitability analysis cannot be done straight on the Universal Journal. There were two major drawbacks. One, we were forced again with a need to reconcile the marginal reporting with overall financial information. And secondly, reporting could not be done in real time. This has been addressed in 1819. There is a topic showing a split of cost of goods sold within your margin reporting and a key topic for any production organization. Splitting the cost of goods sold enables a clear margin reporting, including information of labor and material cost separately for invoices was already available for most product costing scenarios. So what exactly has been added? In case the product cost and inventory valuation is calculated based on the actual costing logic, you need to ensure that COGS revaluation on the actual cost at period end would be represented in our profitability report as well. Including the split into material, labor, and the COGS categories, of course, by adding this functionality, we can now cover all different product costing scenarios presenting the cost of goods or split in a correct way within the margin reporting without the need for further reconciliation. Now let us move on to the second topic, statistical sales conditions. Coming to an organization with a more complex pricing structure, more specifically, we are address the topic of inclusion of statistical sales conditions in profitability reporting. What does this mean exactly? When having a look at how the structure of sales price is built up, two large categories of items can be identified. One is price items like sales price applicable for accounting, and second is statistical conditions like cash discounts, warranty cost, transportation cost, in case transportation invoice comes in with a delay, which are not immediately posted. In order to have to complete and accurate a margin view at a specific moment in time, some of these statistical conditions are added to the reporting. With S/4HANA 1819 release, this is a shift by making specific statistical conditions relevant for accounting, which triggers financial posting, for instance, the discounts, warranty cost, or transportation cost. Does that mean that these statistical costs are then just added to the financial statement? This would surely not be in line with financial regulations. So we need to isolate these postings, which is done through an existing mechanism available with S/4HANA environment, so-called extension ledger, which is used to capture the specific subset of the postings and sits on top of a different base ledger. In a very similar predictive accounting, postings are also stored in such an extension ledger. The inclusion of incoming sales order into the margin analysis, like the statistical conditions, it is not a core financial information. By applying the predictive accounting logic simulation, financial postings based on the confirmed incoming sales orders gives you a more accurate and forward-looking view on your margin. In summary, these three functions, which are delivered with S/4HANA 1819 release, makes it possible to have a complete real-time and highly granular insight in the margin of the organization directly integrated with all other financial information specific to your business. Margin analysis. Challenges to identify cost and margin of a specific business activity, accessing right information with a minimum manual intervention, and optimizing faster availability of a decision on group level are few challenges. Margin analysis is capable to deliver detailed contribution margin insights across business dimensions integrated in single source of truth. S/4HANA on-premise edition allows you two different profitability analysis solutions. One is margin analysis, costing-based COPA. Margin analysis within the Universal Journal addressing the needs of the internal and external accounting, supporting real-time derivation of characteristics, reporting dimensions, embedded analytics. SAP recommends using margin analysis in SAP S/4HANA. It is perfectly integrated into the overall concept of the Universal Journal and is therefore fully in line with our financial accounting development strategy. The Universal Journal AC Docker is the heart of accounting and includes all margin analysis characteristics in order to allow multi-dimensional reporting by market segment. The key benefit of this approach is that all revenue and cost of goods sold postings are automatically assigned to the relevant characteristics at the time of posting, and the allocations and settlements are made to the characteristics at the period close. It is also possible to configure some expenses posting such that characteristics are derived automatically so that material expenses assigned to the WBS element are automatically assigned to the characteristics entered as settlement receiver for the WBS element. This automatic derivation of the characteristics can reduce the number of settlements and allocations to be performed at period end close and also provide real-time visibility into spending during the periods. There are no reconciliation issues between general ledger and margin analysis. The revenue is recognized at the time of invoicing and the cost of goods sold when the delivery is made. If there is a gap between delivery and invoicing, cost may be visible in margin analysis for which no revenue has yet been posted. A new approach to delay the cost of goods sold posting until the new invoice is posted is available. Standard reports are available to evaluate market segment values in different dimensions, allowing you to drill down on any characteristics, for example, customer, region, product, etc. Let us see a demo of margin analysis.
Imagine measuring your profitability as easily as you measure your height. Like a tape measure for your business, a margin analysis tells you when, where, and how your business has grown. With SAP S/4HANA, you learn from past successes, pooling your transactions for a clear understanding of costs and profits on a single platform. Ensure continuous growth. Starting with your most profitable market segments, you want to know which brands are helping you grow. Combining data on sales, discounts, and costs, you see which lines are performing well, redirecting your time and resources towards the products people love most. You effortlessly review the numbers of class and unit, further learning from past success to ensure continuous growth. Identify sources of profitability. To tap into customers' unique desires and increase profits, you perform a margin analysis by segment and customer group. You do this with ease, with information at the most granular level available for review. If you see something odd, drill down from the report to individual transactions and quickly resolve the issue. Identify sources of profitability with full flexibility, allowing you to adapt in the face of rising costs on your own terms. Protect against cost creep. Use multiple drivers to allocate costs to products, channels, and distribution centers based not on guesswork, but actual consumption of resources. You apply advanced costing methods to easily monitor and react to rising expenses. Visualize where your money is going to protect against cost creep and keep your business in the black. A margin analysis is like a tape measure for your business. With SAP, you easily measure what's working and repeat it to ensure continuous growth.
Thank you, Narayan. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kumati Tyagarajan from S4HANA PSCC team. Today, I would be providing the recent innovations in the area of cash and liquidity management, SAP multi-bank connectivity, and analytics in the area of finance. So let us now start with cash management. In today's session, let us take a close look at three major functional areas of SAP cash management. That is, one, bank account management, cash operations, and then liquidity management in detail. The enhanced cash management offers a better experience for the business users to centrally manage their global bank accounts and signatories, provides a central payment monitoring, help them optimize their working capital by providing a clear snapshot of their cash flows, secure their corporate liquidity. It also provides various tools to plan their liquidity and helps them make a solid financial decision. The first innovation is in the area of bank account management. The workflow for opening, changing, and closing of bank accounts is now being enhanced. Now, in the Manage Workflows for Bank Accounts app, you're able to define users who are authorized to maintain their bank accounts without subsequent workflow approval. In the Manage Workflow app, you can copy the SAP default template for bank account maintenance and define your own. And then you define a workflow template with precondition wherein the authorized user who is able to skip the workflow for account maintenance is defined. At last, you will define an approval step with step type automatically approve bank account change request. So likewise, you can define the users who are authorized to maintain their bank accounts without subsequent workflow approval. The next innovation is we now have a new Fiori app called Bank Relationship Overview. So as the name suggests, this is an overview page. So with this app, you can access key information about bank relationship management and gain insights into current trends. The app provides a central source of information for recent payments, bank profiles, bank fees, and bank account statuses. There are several individual cards available for the user to reflect the bank relationships from various perspectives. To name a few, we have the bank profiles, which shows how many banks and bank accounts your company has under each bank group. We also have another card, which is bank fees, which shows you the total amount of bank fees by bank group. And then we have the payments, which shows you the total number and amount of incoming and outgoing payments by house banks within the last 90 days. So these are the few cards that is available in the bank relationship overview, to name a few. Then we have the next innovation, that is the global accounting hierarchies. So this functionality is to maintain all different hierarchies like the profit center, cost center, functional areas, or financial statement versions in a single place. It supports the time dependencies and the version handling, that is the draft, active, or in revision kind of the versions. With 1909, the global accounting hierarchies framework has been enabled for bank accounts, which means with the Fiori app, Manage Global Accounting Hierarchy for Bank Accounts, you can create and maintain bank accounts in different groups, and it can be used by the cash flow analyzer or liquidity planning functionalities. The other key innovations in is there is a new Fiori app to monitor the intraday bank statement. So with this app, customers can monitor the import status of the intraday bank statements for their bank accounts that have been selected for monitoring. The last key innovation is situation handling for dual control in bank account management. The situation handling framework has now been made available for dual control in bank account management. With bank account management, every time you need to create a new bank account or make changes to an existing bank account, your changes are saved as bank account revision. These revisions must be activated before they become effective and can be used in daily operations. You can define the activation mode of bank account revisions as dual control. It means that the person who has made the revision needs to contact another user to activate the revision. Normally, this contact is done outside the BAM, and you have to remember to reach out to the colleagues via either face-to-face, via mail, chat, or call him. With situation handling, when a bank account revision stays without being activated for some predefined period of time, the responsible people will be informed by notification through which he or she can easily navigate to the bank account detail to finish the activation. So this slide provides the list of certain key Fiori apps available in bank account management, like the manage banks, manage bank account in the bank hierarchy view, and then we have the bank manage global accounting hierarchy for bank accounts, which got released in the 1909. Then we have the maintain signatory for multiple bank accounts. So all these apps which will help you to create your bank account master data in the S4HANA system. The apps that were released in 1909 are highlighted in bold, which we have already discussed in detail. Coming to cash operations, there are two new Fiori apps that make it easier to perform the repetitive bank-to-bank transfers. Number one, with the new Define Bank Transfer Templates app, you can define the templates for bank-to-bank transfers that occur in a recurring pattern. The templates help you save time and eliminate errors when creating frequent bank transfers. With the templates, you can then use the other app, that is the Make Bank Transfers Create with Templates app, to create multiple bank transfers in a batch based on the templates. Cash concentration is a new view in Cash Flow Analyzer besides the bank account hierarchy view and liquidity item hierarchy view. It can show, number one, the simulation for the whole cash pool hierarchy and simulation for subpools, which can also be shown independently. The cash flows available in all the subpools would be accumulated up to its header account and part of the before balance. Under simulation results, the details of the simulation would be listed as the explanation for the before balances, and the target balance amount as well as the minimum transfer amount would also be considered during the simulation. So that's about the cash concentration. The various other key innovations in the area of daily cash operations are, we have a new bank account balance Fiori app. So with this app, you can also have a quick visual overview of the available bank account balance for a selected period of time. It gives the amounts of opening balance, cash flows, overdue cash flows, and overdraft limits. This gives the details in both in display currency and bank account currency for bank accounts. You can also customize your analysis with several filtering options in chart or table views. This allows the cash specialist or cash managers to have a high-level overview and detailed insight to monitor the bank account balance. We also have a couple of new Fiori apps available. That is, number one, which helps you to adjust the assigned liquidity items to compare the cash flow by timestamp. And there are also enhancements in the area of manage memo records, wherein you can also make cash requests, and we also have cash trade requests, the entry of offsetting information, and copy or distribute functionality. This slide again gives the list of important Fiori apps which would come handy for a cash specialist or cash manager to complete their day-to-day task. You can find the details of each of these apps in the Fiori app library. The ones that got released in 1909 are highlighted in bold. Moving on to the liquidity management, with S4HANA 1909, customers have two options on how to create their liquidity planning. The older solution is based on the use of SAP Business Planning and Consolidation, that is SAP BPC functionality for liquidity planning. In line with the overall strategic direction for planning, the liquidity planning in release 1909 is built on the top of SAP Analytics Cloud tool. So let us now see both the approaches one by one. SAP BPC is a mature, fully functional planning application utilized by customers, and it has been the go-to solution for most of our customers for their planning needs for several years. And this would help the organizations manage the planning cycle centrally, track the planning status of subsidiaries by planning unit, and the planning would always require a reference data, and this could either be from automatic liquidity forecast, from previous cycle plan, or from the actual value of last year. So once the plan data is entered and then we have the actuals posted, customers can view the variance analysis like the plan versus actual, plan versus forecast, and the plan from different versions and make a side-by-side comparison. With this, let's move on to the next topic, that is the liquidity planning using SAP Analytics Cloud. For the customers who are looking for a planning on a cloud-based solution, you can plan your future liquidity using the liquidity planning feature of SAP Analytics Cloud. After setting up the connection between the SAP S4HANA and SAP SAC, you can develop liquidity plans in SAC, that is the SAP Analytics Cloud, based on the integrated data sources from SAP S4HANA. And using a planning reference data, the user would trigger a new planning cycle for developing a monthly rolling liquidity plan. And then the reference sources can be either liquidity forecast or last year actual. And you can copy the planning data from reference. You enter or adjust the planning data in planning currencies for the liquidity item and then submit the data. The planning data is then reviewed by planning currencies or aggregation currency view. Likewise, using SAP Analytics Cloud, customers can bring together the overall analytics with planning, reporting, and analysis capabilities in one platform. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, that is the SAP multi-bank connectivity. The integration mechanism between ERP systems to banks have evolved at a considerable rate. The first generation integration involved importing or downloading the payment files for outgoing payments generated by SAP S4HANA to your computer, and then you upload these payment files to your banking portal for payment processing. It was also required to upload the electronic bank statement sent from your bank into SAP S4HANA for further processing. And then we had the second generation integration, which was much more automated and had single direct bank connectivity. But now we are in the third generation solution, which is the multi-bank connectivity solution, wherein corporates can directly connect with financial services institutions. Here, the end-to-end process is completely automated. The solution provides corporates with a multi-bank digital channel between the ERP systems and their banks. Besides that, the solution also offers embedded SWIFT connectivity. Since SAP Multibank Connectivity provides a digital channel between their ERP systems and their banks, it provides measurable improvement to the accounts payable and receivable functions through automation of all the manual and error-prone steps associated with the execution and reconciliation of payments. The use of SAP multi-bank connectivity results in improved control, efficiency, and transparency of the financial accounting process, as the solution automatically updates payment status and cash positions in the ERP system. Once updates are available from the banks, it further improves and streamlines the company's treasury operations. The onboarding to the solution is quite straightforward and delivered through a private cloud owned and managed by SAP that is secure and partitioned by each customer and their network of banks. This, we move on to the last topic, that is analytics. So embedded analytics is an integral component of SAP S4HANA. With S4HANA's in-memory enabled single data force, customers can now gain quick insight into financial and controlling analytical data to make timely and relevant decisions. Analytics in S4HANA gives the powerful benefit of performing real-time analytics and complex reports like flexible queries on the fly. As you can see in the screen below, there are KPIs for the various reports, which gets updated as and when there are transactions posted in the system. This means that your company can make data-driven decisions faster, reacting to sudden market changes based on the actual customer data. This screen depicts various reporting capabilities available for the business users, starting from the launch of the system up to the extension of the reports. For example, we have a persona, say the AP manager, who will log in into the system. He or she can customize the relevant apps in the launch screen, which are important to understand the performance of the department, like the days payables outstanding, overdue payables, and so on. This in turn provides the KPIs on the launchpad itself and gets updated as and when the transactions are posted. The user can then drill down into the transactional or analytical apps, and then we have the overview pages, which are like a special type of Fiori apps. Their primary purpose is to serve as a main access point and dashboard for a relevant business rule. These apps acts like a one-stop solution for the managers in the area of accounts payable, receivable, general ledger accounting, and asset accounting to retrieve various information, and the user can also navigate to the respective apps from the overview page to take necessary steps. The next one is the analytical list page, which lets you analyze data from different perspectives, investigates a root cause through drill down, and helps you to act on a transactional content. Analysis Path Framework combines the analytics and transactional content in one screen. It provides instant insight to action to prioritize based on facts. Business users can then further drill down to determine the transactional input parameters. And then we have the multidimensional reports, which helps the user to analyze data from various dimensions. The users can then retrieve the final output as per their requirements by slicing and dicing of the data, and he or she can also create variants or views as required by using the available dimensions. And the last we have is the SAP Analytics Cloud Stories, which is based on the SAP Analytics Cloud. And this is an optional content for S4HANA, wherein the dashboards are shaped via SAP Analytics Cloud Content Repository. The queries supplying data are shipped with S4HANA. So these are the various reporting capabilities available for the end user, which are ready to use. With this, let us quickly move to the demo on accounts payable overview page. So with the role of accounts payable manager, the user will be able to have access to the accounts payable overview page, which is like a one-stop solution for the AP manager to view various KPIs associated with the accounts payable department. As you can see here, I have entered the data like currency and the company code and clicked on go to get this particular report. And here you can see there are various cards or KPIs available in this particular app, like parked invoices, days payable, outstanding direct, the blocked invoices in the system, and then we have the suppliers with debit balance and so on. The AP manager can also customize these cards using manage cards option. So once you click on the manage cards option, you have various cards that is available in the system, and you can customize and create your own views and also create variants as per your requirement. So here I have selected these cards and click on OK. So here you can see the various KPIs, like I mentioned before, are displayed. For example, here you can see the blocked invoices. The AP manager can get, as of now, we do not have any blocked invoices in the system. But if there are any blocked invoices, the AP manager can view those invoices in terms of aging, that is the number of days it has been blocked, and the amount in document currency. And then we also have what is called as the payable aging to understand the number of invoices or the amount that we owe. And then we have the posted invoices, which can be filtered in terms of by amount or by count, which directly gives the KPI of the accounts payable department and also helps you to understand or identify the key contributor in the department. And then we also have what is called as the suppliers with debit balance. So in this suppliers with debit balance, we will understand the suppliers who we owe and what is the suppliers who will be having the credit balance or we have made overpayment. By drilling down in this, the AP manager can understand the key contributor for these balance in terms of the vendor. And then we also have what is called as the invoice processing statistics, which can be filtered based on the parked to posted, parked to posted in the current period, and the various fiscal periods. And then we also have quick links, which helps the AP manager to navigate into the inbox to approve the bank payments. So these are some of the key KPIs the AP manager will have access to from one particular app, that is the accounts payable overview page. So with this, we've come to the end of the demo. So that's it from my side. Hope this was an eventful session, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.